I have to, before this lesson here is a lesson that this lesson here is my lesson. This is for me. This is for me. This is for me. And I pray that you guys may get something out of it. I don't know. But this is solely for me. This week, and lately I've been having, and y'all know that I'm big on accountability. I'm big on, this is for me. I'm big on accountability. I'm big on transparency. I am, what am I looking for? I am no, I am not that super holy person that too close to God that I look down on the people and say, and treat them as if I'm way up there with God and I'm human, I'm vulnerable. And lately I've been having a Job moment. Lately I've been having a Job moment. I've been, no, there's two more. You gotta look, you gotta bend your back. I've been wrestling with some things. And some people know, some people don't. But today, as I was wrestling with these things throughout the week, God gave me, he put in my spirit, he said, who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Jesus. Can I get the Tatiana? Can I get up there, please? Who do you think you are? We know the story of Job. Come on here, Pastor. We know what Job said. We know what Job did. But I'm going to run down to you, old man Job. Because God came correct with Job. And he shut that dude down real good. So as I was having my Job moment, now I'm going to be transparent. I'm still having a Job moment. Come on, Pastor. I can stand up here and say, hey, look, I'm not going through anything, I'm holding down, I'm super anointed, super saved, like a lot of folks in churches today, they walk around churches, walk around house, walk around life, and with a smile on their face, I'm okay, everything's okay. Then you ask them what's going on, I'm fine. But when they shut that door, they're on their knees crying and hollering for God. Come on, Jesus. The Bible says, in James 5:16, it says, and this isn't up there. This isn't up there because I got to bring this in because it says, therefore, and I'm reading from the Christian Standard Bible. It says, therefore, confess your faults. Or it says in CSB says, confess your sins to one another and pray for one another so that you may be healed. The prayer of a righteous person is very powerful in its effect. Now, there is something that I need to tell my Disciples of Christ family that when I get done, it will not be aired. It will not be. We're gonna shut it down. I'm going to talk to them, but what I have to give to everyone is what God wants me to give to everyone. But there's something personal that I have to talk with my family about. This verse comes in play in that area. But let's go back to old man Job. God asked the devil, he said, hey, look, have you considered my servant Job? Because the Bible said that Job was perfect. People said you can't be perfect in the world. But here's the thing. We can't be man's perfect, but we can be God's perfect. God's perfect just means righteous. So if old man Job was perfect, I want to say that I also am perfect. When people hear that word perfect and look at the Webster's or the dictionary.com, look at it and go perfect, what it says, all flawless and perfection. But I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the biblical definition of perfect. One of the definitions of perfect. In this format, in this lesson, I'm talking about old man Job when the book says he was perfect and upright. But when God told the devil, have you considered my servant Job? He said, hey, look, I have, but you have his protection around him. But I promise you, if you let me get to him, he's going to curse you to your face. And God said, go ahead, take your best shot, but you can't take his life. So we know what he did. He took his family, had 7 sons and 7 daughters. Did he? 7 kids total. Job. That's Noah. That's Noah. Job. So when Job, the devil took Job's family, took all his kids in one swipe. He had 7 kids. Let's see if y'all pay attention. Y'all listen. He had 7 children, and he got wiped out all at once. They was having a party at the house. They was kicking it, they were having a good time, and storm came and tore the house down and killed all his kids. Took all his cattle, killed all his cattle, wife didn't leave him. Took everything away from Job. The only thing he had was his wife. He still had his land, but his crops died and his animals died, but he still had his land. But his wife said, curse your God and die. But she stayed. Then Job's 3 friends come along. 8.
If you feel that Disciples of Christ Ministries has been a blessing to you, or you feel that we are a blessing, we'd like you to go ahead and sow a seed or a gift to the ministry. The CashApp is $TheDOCMinistries. As you see, go ahead, give a seed or a gift. We're not asking for no particular denomination. We just want you to be blessed. Because God said he loves a cheerful giver. That's what the Bible says. God loves a cheerful giver. So go ahead, be a blessing to you and be a blessing to the ministry.
Therefore, Eliphaz and Bildad, those are 3 homeboys. They came and started talking to Job, chapter 3 through chapter 20, chapter 3 to chapter 37. Job is talking about how he put God on trial, how he felt, but Job never cursed God. The day he was born, which see, but the Bible also tells us in Ephesians 4:26 and 27 of Ephesians, it tells us, it says, be angry, but do not sin. Don't let the sun go down on your anger, and don't give the devil an opportunity. That's easier said than done. Now, the first part, we can work the first part of that. Be angry and sin not. That part is not hard. But the part, don't let the sun go down on your anger, that's the hard. Don't give the devil an opportunity, that's the hard part. Because of the emotions that go through our body. But old man Job, he allowed his friends, what's them boys' name again? They were Zophar, Eliphaz, and Bildad. He allowed them to talk him into a place where he was like, hey, look, I'm going to put God on trial for what happened to me. Was saying that we can have people around us that can be talking in our ear and get us souped up to do things and say things against God. See, the devil can use people to say things and react, but they don't know that he's using them. What's the devil's greatest weapon? Nah. His greatest weapon is making us believe that he's not real. That's his greatest weapon, making us believe that he's not real. When we don't believe he's perfect, we're a prime candidate when we don't believe in God. We are prime candidates for the devil to come in and sit beside you and say, you know, that ain't even right. Then he'll whisper in your ear and say, that ain't right. Then he'll get up and sit back and start watching the fireworks. Because once we listen and pay attention, once we let him whisper in our ear and we take that thing and say, his job is done. See, we can't blame him for the things going on in our lives. We gotta take accountability and understand that all he does is put the temptation. That's what those three boys did to old man Job. From chapter 3 to chapter 37. That's like 33 verses, 33 chapters of these dudes going in on God. But in chapter 37, this young man was sitting there listening to all this rhetoric, all this stuff that these guys was talking about God. And Elihu was younger than the rest. So in chapter 37, Elihu, he says, hey, look, he sat back quietly, listened to these guys talk, listened to them run their mouth about God and against God, and then when they all got done, they all got tired of talking, they all got done, and they were through, and that dude stood up and said, look, y'all, Y'all wrong. You guys are wrong. He was angry because they was talking against God. He confronted Job. He said, listen, man, God gonna deal with you. I'm paraphrasing. He's gonna deal with you if you like it or not. See, I wanna look at Eliyahu as being like John the Baptist. He was a forerunner for God when it came to talk to Job. He gave Job a heads up. Like John the Baptist gave us a heads up when Christ was coming. He let us know Christ, if someone's coming who I'm not worthy to lace his shoes. That's his cousin, though. Christ was John the Baptist's cousin. Elizabeth's boy. So when Eliyahu decided to start talking, now we're going to, he had talked to Job. He was telling him, look, man, you're wrong. Get prepared because God's going to start coming at you. Even though he was younger than the rest. And this is why I'm trying to find the scripture, because I didn't see anywhere. Now, those you guys out there, you guys, if y'all can find it for me, help me out. I didn't see where those dudes got up and walked away. I didn't see where Joel's friends got up and walked away from the sit down, because they were sitting around the campfire, but they came and started putting ashes on them, trying to comfort Job. And Job was like, man, for 7 days they sat there chilling, didn't say a word to each other. They're just sitting around the fire, just chilling. And Job opened his mouth and said, he cursed the day he was born. Then it all opened up. These guys talking about, you must have did something wrong. You must have sinned. You had to do something wrong. You did something. But all Job did was be faithful to God. But when Eliyahu got done in chapter 37, in chapter 38, God says, it's my turn. All this reckless talking you was doing, all this reckless thinking you was doing. Now let me tell you something. Let's go to chapter 38. Job 38, verses 1 through 5. Then the Lord answered Job from the whirlwind, he said. You see, God came. Let me give you guys the definition of whirlwind so we can put this thing in perspective. The definition of whirlwind, I'm going with the dictionary.com. It says that a column of air moving rapidly around and around in a cylindrical or funnel shape. It's a cylinder, but it has ICAL on it. Yeah. It says, in other words, it says moving rapidly around and around like a tornado, a whirlwind. So God was coming at Job with a little anger, little contentment, like, oh, hold on. Who do you think you are? Talking about, you think I wasn't listening to all this stuff you guys were talking? Who do you think you are, Job? He can't, and he said, this is what he said. He said, chapter verse 2, he says, who is this who obscures my counsel? Now, the word obscure means to keep from being seen or conceal. Who is this that's trying to conceal my counsel? Who is this arrogant person? Obscure. Who's this arrogant person? God knew who Job was. He put it back in Job's lap. Who is this arrogant person that obscures my counsel with arrogant words? Verse 3 says, get ready to answer me like a man. God told Job, he said, get ready to answer me. Because I'm about to run some things down to you. I need you to answer me. If you don't, we got some situation. He didn't say that part, but we got to know that if you don't answer God, we got a situation. Get ready to answer me like a man. You gonna talk against me like a man? You're gonna blaspheme? I mean, not blaspheme. He didn't blaspheme. You're gonna talk against me like a man. You're gonna come and put me on trial like a man. Now, when I get done with my testimony, you gave your testimony, Your Honor. Job was like, Your Honor, I'm put God on trial. I didn't do anything. I just took care of my family. I raised my kids. I loved my wife. I did everything I could do, God. But now, why is something happening to me? I didn't do anything. I look back on my life and say, man, God, I walked with you for as long as I can remember. I walked the straight line. My walk was straight in a straight line. The straight line was crooked, but my walk was straight. So what am I going through this for? What have I done? Be angry, but sin not. So tell me, what did I do? I don't deserve this. Why am I going through this, God? Oh, get ready to answer me like a man. When I question you, you will inform me. When I ask you a question, you're going to tell me, you're going to answer me. You better answer me too. No playing now. You had your time, my turn now. Where were you when I established the earth? Now you want to scratch your head. Where was I? Job like, that part right there. Where were you when I established? Tell me. If you have understanding. Job, you understand this? So now tell me, where were you at? Do you understand it? Because now I'm coming to you like you came to me. If you have understanding. If you understand this thing, answer the question. Like a man. 10 toes down. You came to me sideways, now come straight. What you say? Verse 5 says, who fixed in dimensions? Who fixed its dimensions? Certainly you know who stretched a measuring line across it. This is just the introduction of what God was talking to with Job. Now, there are 41 verses in chapter 31, minus those 5. No, minus those 4. Then we go over to chapter 39. The entire chapter of 39. God is asking Job, where were you? So 95% of chapter 38 and the entirety of chapter 39. And let me just double check this here. Let me double check it. Okay. The entirety of 39, God's questioning Job, where were you? So now old man Job is shook because now God said, where were you at? Who are you? Who do you think you are? Coming to me like that. But then when I read that, I was sitting there looking and pondering. He said, boy, who do you think you are? Coming to me like that. Talking to me. I told you this is my lesson today. Y'all get something out of it? God bless you. But this is for me. Who do you think you are? You see, where I'm at, my walk is still intact. My walk is still intact. When I say utterly fantastic or happy in Jesus, yes, that don't change. I'm always happy in Jesus. That don't change. But when we dealing with situations, when we try to confront God, when we're talking about God and talking to God and get angry with God, because I'm gonna tell you now, I can't do that right now. I can't do that. Just like it says, be angry and sin not. Don't let the wrath go down. The night get dark on your anger. Old man Job was like shook now. Because all of 38, minus those 4 verses, and the entirety of 39. Go ahead and read it for yourself, because as I was reading it again, I read the chapter, I read the whole book of Job. I'm like, man, God, that dude, oh, no, Job, bro. Come on, bro. And I found, the first time I read it, it was back when I had cancer and I was committing suicide. He had me read this. Because I was saying, why did you let her leave me? Why this? He said, read Job. And I read Job, I'm like, ooh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But as time went on, I kind of forgot what old man Job. Come on, say it. But then, as I was rereading the chapters again, because now when it intrigued me again, because I'm at the point in my life again where I was looking at it, I was looking at God going, hey, God. But then it's like, okay, read Job again. I'm reading the chapter, and I read the first 5 verses. I'm like, and I read 6, and I read 7, and I read 8, and 9, and 10, and 11, 12. I'm like, oh, I can't teach all of this. I'm going to give you the first 5 and let you read the rest. But then, after God said we had to say to Job, and he came back in chapter 40, verses 1 and 2, is the last statement God makes from 38 and 39. He says that the Lord answered Job, which is the continuation from 39. It crossed over from 38, 39, now I'm going to 40. Now, mind you now, I already said that there were 41 verses in chapter 37. Chapter 38, I'm sorry, chapter 38. There is 30 verses in chapter 39. Of God telling Job, who are you? Who do you think you are? Now, for God to come and talk to you like that, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. Because didn't these holy rollers and Bible thumpers, these homemade Christians, don't they go around talking about God's are they going around talking about God is such a loving God, God is all love, God, God is so did something happen to him? Now, are they the ones talking like that? But how can this God be the same God? Are they different gods? Are they the same God? So therefore, they're going to understand that the God in the New Testament and the God in the Hebrew Bible are the same God. The one's different, the only one different. The one's the Son, one's the Father, but they're still the same attributes, doing the same thing with the same attitude. So when we say, how can a loving God? Yes. Verse 40 says, and the Lord answered Job. Verse 2 says, will the one. Now after, let me tell you, this is how God works in his life, in our lives. he'll run down all this stuff that we're supposed to know. Then he asks you the question, who will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Let him who argues with God give an answer. Will the one who come against the Almighty, the one who's calling, the one who put me on trial, who do you think you are? The one who want to talk smack. Now remember, I told you I didn't read where it said mother three boys walked away. That means all these cats sitting around hearing this. But God is only talking to Job. Because Job was the one that was given permission to get tempted, got permission to get dealt with. Mother three cats wasn't. So in other words, their lives were just their own lives. All that talk they were doing was their own talk. Job had a reason to talk like that. Will the one, because you got to understand, see, there's four people there. You see what I'm saying? There's Job. Let me see the boy's name again. Zophar, Eliezer, Alphaz, Elihu, and Bildad. Not Eliphazar. Zophar, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Elihu, and Job. But Elihu was on. He was doing the work of God. Those other four were sitting there. And it says, will the one of the four. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to one right there. I'm talking to you. Not you guys, you. Will the one who contends with the Almighty correct him? Because Job was the only one that had direct words, direct questions for God. The other three guys was just talking about what Job could have done, what happened. Job was saying, hey, God, you. Let him who argues with God give an answer. Now, God's not schizophrenic. So when you read this, don't look at it as God talking. I look at it as God the Son talking about God the Father. That's why I look at it. Because it says, he's the one who contends with the Almighty, correct him. Well, he can't be talking about himself. Let him who argues with God give an answer. Job, your turn. Your turn, Job. What you got? What you got, Job? Verse 3 says, and Job answered the Lord. Verse 4. That's good. I am so insignificant. How can I answer you? Now let me give you what because we insignificant. The definition of insignificant: too small or unimportant to be worth consideration. I am so small. I am unworthy. How can I answer you? I place my hand over. Hey! Who do you think you are? Come on. This way, he said, who do I think I am? Who do I think I am? So when old man Job said, I put my hand over my mouth. And I asked the question, how? Now, Tatiana, I'm going to pause break here. Do me a favor. I put a song in there. You'll see the song. Why don't you play that song for me? Just right next to, is in Google. It's in Google. Yes. Next to. Come on, Pastor. Because this song here, and you let me know when you see it. Did you close it out? So you must have closed it out. It's called the Canton Spirituals. Come on, Tatiana, we gotta move now. It's my fault. I should have told you about it. But you see it? Now remember how we did it to put it through the system, through worship tools? Remember how we did it? Click over. Remember that? All right, play that song for me. I want them to hear it also on in the social media streets. See, this song has been ringing through my spirit several days now. We don't own the rights to this song, but I'm gonna sing it anyway. Y'all remember it? I tried to find this little part. I think it's good, but no background. I need a background. I've been searching for a long time. I knew that there was something that I had to find. Y'all should have seen me wringing my hands and crying. It was all because I couldn't find a peace of mind. But it was then, oh, I kneeled down and prayed. I said, Lord, will you show me the way? I've been searching for a long time. I knew there was something that I had to find. Y'all should see me wringing my hands and crying. It was all because I couldn't find peace of mind. But it was then, oh, I kneeled down to pray. I said, Lord Jesus, show me. Can I tell you what I did? You know what I did? I searched and I searched, but I just couldn't find my way. My life, oh Lord, my life, oh yes sir, seemed like I came to a dead end road, and it was then, oh, I kneeled down to pray. I said, Lord Jesus, show me. Sometimes I look back and I tell Lord, oh Lord, show me. Oh Lord, come on. Have you ever asked him? 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 I'm talking about Jesus. That down on your knees. Talking about Jesus. Oh Lord, I'm talking about Jesus. It was then, oh, I kneeled down to pray. I said, Lord, will you show me? When he said, boy, who do you think you are? I said, Lord, show me the way. I put my hand over my mouth. I said, show me the way. Oh, Lord, show me the way. But before he showed me the way. He wasn't done with old man Job. Verse 5 says, I have spoken once, I will not reply again. But now I can add nothing. Job says, hey, look, man, I opened my mouth once. I spoke out of turn once. I'm not going to answer that. I already know the answer. I'm not going to answer, but now I'm going to add nothing to what I said because what I said was wrong. But I'm not going to add to that because now I understand that where was I? But I didn't add this in the lesson where verse 6 says, then the Lord answered Job from the world when he went back in and said, get ready to answer me like a man. When I ask a question, you answer. Would you really charge my justice? Then he goes back in on Job again. From verse 6 all the way down to verse 24. In chapter 40, God goes in on Job again. Then he goes over to 41, all the way to verse 37. God is on Job's neck again. You see, it ain't enough that we come and we speak against him a certain time, a certain area. It's not enough that God said, okay, now I wasn't done with you. Even though you got understanding, you got clarity now, I'm not done because I don't want you to come back to this place again. Remember these things. And as he dealt with old man Job again, in chapters 40 and 41, the last verse in 41, which says verse 34, says, he surveys everything that is haughty. He is king over all proud beasts. If we look at that real quickly, it cannot be God the Father talking because he's putting himself in a third party. He's talking to Job. That was the last verse of chapter 41. But in chapter 42, starts off by saying, then Job replied to the Lord. Job replied to the Lord. He says, verse 2 says, I know that you can do anything. After all of that, Job was sitting there. His other three partners were sitting there. And Elihu was sitting there. And now Job is like, now I have to answer for my crime of talking against you. He says that I know that you can do anything. And no plan of yours cannot be thwarted. Okay, now that word right there, that word means past tense, past participle. Prevent someone from accomplishing something. Oppose a plan, attempt, or ambition successfully. So the boy says that no plan of yours can be diverted. No plan of yours can be turned around. No plan of yours can be stopped. Verse 3 says, you asked, who is this who? Conceals my counsel from ignorance? Surely I spoke about things I did not understand. Things too wondrous for me to know. You ask, think I am? Who is this who conceals my counsel? Who is this? Because it don't sound like my servant Job. It sounds like it's three homeboys. And he says, with ignorance. See, in the word ignorant, just means unlearned. No understanding. But when people use the word ignorant, they make it as if stupid or dumb. That's where it's used.
But it also can mean foolish too, right?
Can mean foolish as well. But it's not, but the way it's used in society is used more harshly than it is the way it's usually than the way it originally supposed to be used. Harshly. Rather than parsley. Surely. Because he allowed his friends to talk to him. Because old man Job allowed his friends, y'all pay attention. He allowed his friends to talk to him. He said, surely I spoke about things I did not understand. But if he let God continue to talk to him, he would understand it. But because the devil crept in and said, okay, now I took Job's family, I took his cattle, I took his land, I can't take his life, but what I can do, I can break his spirit. So let me send you, and you, go talk to Job. Now, they didn't know they were going to talk to Job because the devil sent them. They're going, hey, that's my boy, that's my dude, Job, my partner. They're going to talk to him. Let me talk to my boy, get close to me. I understand you, brother, got him up, people love the devil the entire time going, say this to him. Say this. And because it's logical, it's logical that we try to protect our brothers. It's logical that we try to console our brothers. It's logical that we try to come in agreement with our brother or sister. So we believe we're saying something, we're saying comforting words. We believe we're saying words of endurance. We believe we're saying words to help. We believe that.
Don't even know. Oh!
Sis, finish this for me. Please. The devil don't have no tricks. Just have new faces. That dude don't do nothing new, nothing different. All he do is use different people to do the work. And they don't know that they're doing the work. If you don't believe in God, in Jesus Christ, you are one of the most vulnerable ones to fall prey to the devil because you don't believe he exists.
Come on, say it. Tell the truth.
If you so-called believe and your relationship ain't intact, it makes you susceptible to hear everything that glitters.
Come on, say it.
When people are looking through the window and they see the grass is greener on the other side,
Come on, Pastor.
they fail to realize
Hey!
they're looking in the mirror.
Come on, say it.
All they're seeing is a reflection of their own grass.
Come on now, sir.
But they think the grass is greener
Come
on the other
on!
side.
Jesus! Hey!
All you gotta do is turn around.
Get this. Get it.
Look at my grass. My grass is green. They're looking in the mirror, not understanding that it's their side that they're looking at. We got these people. The devil used these people. And here's the thing. When you tell people that the devil is infiltrating their life, that's not, I don't believe that. I don't receive that. The devil ain't I'm too strong for that. The devil is a lie. He's a liar, but he ain't lying in your life right now. He's a lie about what he tell you. But he ain't lying by working, by infiltrating your life. He ain't lying about that. Because even though, check this out now, he don't have to come into your life and cause chaos, make you say crazy things. He can make you be praised. So we don't have to come to you. See, now here's the thing. When you walk with Christ and you're walking a line and you're trying to walk it out, he can't come to you and make you say crazy jump, because in your mind you read the word. You know that in your conscience, in your spirit, you just can't say any old crazy thing. But yet and still he said, I can't get you this way, but I can get you this way. I can attack your mind. I can make you think things.
Come on, Pastor.
That's not really there. I can take a scenario. I can take a movie. I can take a video. I can take a person talking and put that spin on it and make you look in the mirror. That looks like me. There's a song that there's this old rap group called Ghetto Boys. See, a song was a mind playing tricks on me. That's exactly how the devil does it. See, he tries to attack everybody in different ways. Now, those who don't believe, he can walk through and say, need to go ahead and sit on down. No, they trifling. Yeah, they trifling. I don't like them because they smile too much. Don't even know. And they hold grudges. The more grudges we hold, the more the devil can come in and start guiding our lives. And let's not talk about those with other religions. Old man Joe was an example of, even though he was walking upright, he still got caught in the trap. And this is why God has come to him the way he come to him, because Job fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Who do you think you are? Now Job is like, hey, my bad, I'm tripping. Let me humble myself. Verse 4 says, you said, listen now, and I will speak. When I question you, you will inform me. Now he's repeating what God told him. Now he's bringing back to his remembrance, okay, you told me I'm going to speak, so I'm going to inform you. And he says, and then verse 5 says, I heard reports about you, but now my eyes have seen you. For the mere fact. Now he's bringing back to his remembrance. Interactions weren't a personal interaction. Because Job, this is actually the first time God ever spoke to Job. We don't know what happened before Job, because technically, Job is actually the first book of the Bible. In chronological order, Job is the first book of the Bible, not Genesis.
That's the Hebrew.
That's the Bible overall.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hebrew Bible is the Old Testament. So Job is actually the first book of the Bible, chronologically. But because it fits, Genesis fits better because it started from the beginning. But we don't know what God talked to Job about before Job 1:1. But this is what we know. It is not written that God spoke to Job until chapter 38.
But he showed up in 42.
He talked to him from 38 all the way to 42.
No, I'm talking about like the restoring of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He says, I heard about you. Because he didn't know him for real. He knew about it, but he never really talked to him. I heard about you. Now my eyes have seen you. Because now, after everything God had told him from chapter 38 to now, he's like, man, now I understand why. Man, I see you now, man. I'm tripping like real good. Yeah, who do I think I am? So now I've seen you. But did he actually see him physically? No. No, he didn't see him physically. He saw him in the spirit. So we have to get him in the spirit. Throughout the scriptures, nobody in the Hebrew Bible, nobody has seen God or God the Son or God the Father physically. It was always in the spirit. It was always. Even since you guys want to talk about it, the burning bush wasn't Christ. It was a cloud. They have, okay, guys, bring it back. He has never, no one has ever seen physically. Because it's not meant to be seen. So when it says, I heard the reports about you, I heard. But now my eyes have seen you because all of the hearing that I've heard. I can get a picture of what you are. I get a visual.
Yeah. That's what that means.
I can get a visual. Verse 6 says, therefore, I reject my words, and I'm sorry for them. I am dust and ashes. Then it goes on to Job becoming restored. But if Job had a blasphemed against the Holy Ghost, did a blaspheme, he would not be restored. But Job didn't know he was going to be restored. All I knew was I'm tripping.
Yeah, he humbled himself.
I'm coming against this. I'm coming against him. Who do I think I am? He's really been dust and ashes. Because he was covered in ashes. Him and his homeboys covered themselves in ashes. But because he says, I am dust and ashes, because I may look like it now, I'm definitely that now. So throughout our lives, right now, I know everything what old man Job went through. I don't have to use a phrase, use a verse. I heard everything about you, now I see you. But I do know this, that as long as we continue to allow the enemy to work in our lives, he will always succeed. Put your hands together.